And that annual doctor visit is really important to your health. What's also important is the relationship you have with your doctor.
That's right. Here to explain the benefits of having a good relationship with your doctor is a doctor, Dr. Bernard Farzan. He's a physician with Healthcare Partners. Also with us, Sarah Bussman. She's the Director of Clinical Quality. Great having both of you. How are you?
Good morning.
Before we talk about the doctor-patient relationships, let's talk about the simple steps we can make to actually, when we go out to the doctor, make the most of the trip.
Right. A good experience at the doctor.
That's a good question. I think one of the most effective things you can do is get that grocery bag, take all of your medications on the counter and just put them in the bag. Prescription medications, non-prescription medications, for me, it's a great amount of information if I just know what medications you're taking.
It's a snapshot of where you're at.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you have tests, if you have mammogram reports, or if you have colonoscopies or CAT scans, MRIs, whatever you have, bring that in. These are important pieces of the puzzle. It really helps me kind of get a good sense for where you are as a patient. If you have old blood work, bring your old blood work in. I like to see labs. We like to compare labs. If we order any labs, it's nice to have a set of labs that we can compare them to. One thing I tell patients to do is to write down your questions. Because a lot of times in the heat of the moment, we forget what we're going to ask.
You see the white coat, and it's just like, oh.
I'm fine. Everything's perfect. Yep.
That's right. Yeah, I speak lists. I'm sure your doctor speaks lists. The nurse speaks lists. Just give us the list, and I think that really helps too. Come 15 or 20 minutes before your appointment. Come in, register, sit down, take a few deep breaths, and that way when we take your blood pressure, it's an accurate picture of what your blood pressure is. And not
white coat syndrome will hopefully fade away by then.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And why at the end of the day is it important to have that good relationship with your doctor and the people in the office too? I mean, just that healthy relationship.
Yeah, it fosters a feeling of trust. You want to get to know your doctor. Your doctor wants to get to know you. The staff wants to get to know you. It all leads to a better experience and really safer medical care as well.
Right.
Yeah, well, let's say we have a terrible experience or even a great experience with the doctor. How can we ensure that our voices are heard so we can improve patient satisfaction for others?
Right.
Really the direction that most everything's going is at Healthcare Partners, we send out a lot of patient surveys. We see patient surveys coming out from insurance companies, and especially Medicare sends out a very big annual survey. And these are important for us to know what we're doing well as well as where we need to improve. Because really the healthcare community today within Las Vegas and nationally, we really need to improve the continuous communication between different services and providers. And like I said, a lot of times people want to respond only when they're not happy, but we also need to know what's really going well so we can expand on that. Right. And it's, like I said, continuous improvement.
And even though you go to one office for your appointment, you guys have various locations. So can you talk about that? And these surveys help you to really benefit the patient throughout the different locations, right?
It really does. It helps also just engage in a care team. As Dr. Farzan mentioned, you want to have that relationship with your provider, but you also want to have the relationship with the entire office. And there's many different people involved in your care that can also be a service to you, and as you need something, you may be able to just go into the office and have it taken care of without a separate physician visit.
The one thing I like about Healthcare Partners, you're technology-wise, you're kind of a step ahead. You have the total care model where if anyone within the Healthcare Partners network essentially is all in the same game plan, they can come up with your digital record as opposed to having to wait for a fax that doesn't come for an hour and they wait for another hour for it to come in. It's all right there. So everyone knows, should you have to go to your general practitioner or to a specialist, exactly where you stand, which is great.
That is correct. And then there's also things that we've expanded, such as Follow My Health, where it's a patient portal. They can go in, they can make appointments, they can communicate with their doctor. They can give us feedback, again, on what are we doing well, what are we not doing well, as well as make appointments. And it's great technology.
Absolutely.
And Televox, is this another piece of technology, or what is Televox? Is it a program?
Televox I'm not familiar with.
Televox is another communication program where we can actually reach out to our patients electronically. So perhaps you've made an appointment, we're going to send you an electronic reminder via the telephone.
That's great. See, you don't have to worry about that stuff. You're worried about the patients. You don't have to.
That's right. That's behind the scenes.
That's the whole care team. Where there's a lot of people that are making sure that things can happen and where we want your feedback.
Let's get down to the actual the base of this here, finding the provider in the first place. What are your tips to finding a great provider? I mean, you can't just search Las Vegas doctor on Google,
can,
because
but you'll
you
come
can,
up
but you're going to
empty-handed,
come with
right.
just a deluge. How do you find the right guy?
That's a good question. Take an hour. You know, go to your computer, sit down, go to your health plan's website, put in your address, hit search. So that big world of doctors is going to shrink down into a small list of people that are close to your neighborhood, right? Write down these names and Google them, right? You might find doctor ratings. A lot of these doctors or practices might have social media websites. You can go there and you can really get a great sense for who this person is before you go in. I tell everybody at the end of the day, you do your research, go with your instinct. And
Right.
your instinct is usually the right thing.
Right, get the vibe you get.
Yeah.
Right? I've sat down with countless different ones, but urgent care locations, you also have those as well?
We have 3 full urgent care locations. One of them on Trop and Win is actually 24 hours a day.
Excellent.
So really serving a community that never stops, that becomes hugely important.
absolutely.
And as you mentioned, they're on the same electronic medical record.
So they'll see what your normal doctor sees.
Exactly.
It's all good.
And it's a
Good.
partnership. I mean, your
Connected.
doctors are partners, but are not separate offices.
Healthcare partners.
Get it?
Guys, it's great having you.
Good
Thank
one.
you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks for having us.
Again, if you'd like to learn more about Healthcare Partners and the services they offer here in the Valley, just head to the website on your screen. They're also on Facebook and Twitter. And remember, be honest and forthcoming with your physician. Don't try to hide stuff from him or her, because they'll know. Establish
And
a
it
good
does you no
relationship with the
good,
doc. No,
right?
That's what you're there to have it taken care of.
Right.